This is Thanksgiving week, and, maybe some people listening out there are driving to go see relatives and such, and we did this a couple of years ago, and I figured it was time to dust off some Thanksgiving horror stories from Reddit. So I went in. They have a whole Thanksgiving Reddit. There is a whole Reddit year-round of Thanksgiving freaks. That's this is their week, man. And I'm with them.
What do they talk about?
They talk about turkey preparation. It's a lot of recipes.
Dressing versus stuffing.
I'm team dressing. Fuck you, stuffing people. I love my dad, but we don't eat that stuff. Come on. But about a week ago, they put up an open call for some Thanksgiving horror stories, but I guess I'll start with our guests. Do you guys have any, weird bad guests, any strange Thanksgiving occurrences, maybe a dropped turkey, maybe a fire, anything like that from either your childhood or current day?
Thankfully, no. I mean,
no?
It was fairly
pretty normal.
Well, we had one Thanksgiving where I think there was this turkey that had 1,000 times more tryptophan in it than, and I'm serious, everyone laid down and took a nap in the house. Everyone. So that's not a horror story. It was awesome.
That sounds great.
I didn't have to talk to any of the relatives. I didn't want to. It was wonderful.
Was there a point where everybody kind of woke up from the nap and it's like 9:30? It's like a weird hour and you just kind of wander back in like, Jesus Christ.
I'm like watching TV in the floor of the living room, and I wake up and like there's still people asleep, the couch, the recliner and all of it. And I'm too young to realize, to even know what tryptophan is or anything like that.
Yeah.
And so, it actually did creep me out a little bit. It's like, what was in that turkey?
Well, supposedly it's all the carbs. It's supposedly the turkey, the tryptophan, the amount in a turkey is not really enough to do what people think it does. They say it's all the carbs and all of the salt and shit like
turkey.
that. Yeah. So it's really the sides that are doing it to you more so than the turkey itself. The turkey is pretty clean. Like people eat turkey sandwiches every single day. You think about it, that doesn't fuck you up. But eating the mac and cheese that I'm about to fucking make this week,
I have a new suspect. Now that you mentioned that.
It's
that tater tot casserole. Damn it!
There it is. That's it, dude. Yeah, starches.
Sweet potato casserole. My go-to.
Yeah, and I make the sweet potato casserole, but I used to use real sweet potatoes. I just get the Bruce's yams now and fucking blend them up. They're so much better.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I hadn't heard a single complaint about them. We'll get into some of these because there's a couple of doozies here, and
I feel like a lot of these are going to involve alcohol.
Yes.
Oh,
absolutely.
yeah, definitely. And just a lot of
Pent up emotion,
good old
drama,
mental illness, etc. This first person posted this, but they have already deleted their account, so I don't have the name. Just deleted. Said, a friend brought his new girlfriend 1 week to our house for Thanksgiving weekend. On Thanksgiving morning, they took a 45-minute shower together in our only bathroom, during which he ended up impregnating her. There's not enough shower cleaner in the world.
Wow.
That's a power move, man.
That's a real power.
And also crazy to tell someone, hey, I impregnated her at your Thanksgiving in the house.
In your shower.
Yeah.
While you were downstairs cooking food.
We actually marked the moment we conceived, and it was at Thanksgiving.
She
On the
really
seventh
likes
day.
she really likes giblet gravy. It's one of her turns on.
Ew.
It was a sweet potato casserole. That's what it was.
My woman likes drippings.
If you're gonna conceive a child, it's good to do it before the meal. When you're too full, it's not gonna work as good.
That's true. Yeah. Only Zool says this was amazing. One Thanksgiving, a rabid fox was wandering in our neighborhood. He probably smelled the pig that we had been roasting out in our front yard that morning. We found out about the fox when a bunch of animal control guys showed up at our house. Big men in gear with guns were suddenly swarming around our front yard. They cornered the fox and killed it right in front of all of us right before dinner.
Wow. Well, I mean,
Happy
if that's in
Thanksgiving.
Alabama, that's not a horror story. You know what I mean? That's
a cool thing that happened.
Exactly.
Yeah.
A bunch of guys with guns showed up. Cool.
Right. Let me tell you what happened today.
I just like the
That's a
specificity.
Tuesday.
It killed us in front of, I'm just imagining the whole family's on the porch just
Right,
watching.
just
It's like, yeah, all right, watch, kids. Just blowing
Wow.
away a fucking small fox. Susan, my brother invited himself. his shitty wife and their devil child to Thanksgiving shortly after my husband and I got married.
Okay, Susan sounds like she's in the wrong already.
I'm a little suspect on her, yeah.
We just recently moved into our house, and it was the first time I'd ever prepared a whole holiday meal. I'm a pretty good cook, and everything turned out well, or so I thought. Brother seemed happy, but sister-in-law made the ick face about every dish and barely ate anything. Devil nephew threw a huge fit because he wanted both of the turkey drumsticks. Fuck yeah, kid. So to be a good host and to shut him up, I let him have both. Instead of eating them, he pulled the bones out and just proceeded to use them as drumsticks and bang on everything within reach. He piled a lot of food on his plate and started playing with it instead of eating. He then screeched about how he didn't like the nasty food and wanted to go to McDonald's. My sister-in-law leaned over and told him, "It's okay. We'll make you a real Thanksgiving dinner when we get home."
Oh, wow.
Devil Boy then took the drumstick bones home with him.
Amazing.
How dare
So
he.
it sounds like 2 of the 3 people you cooked for did not like it.
Yeah.
And it's hard to say that they're wrong. You know, food is very subjective.
That is
Yeah.
true.
Yeah. I just love the image of just, real life Bam Bam essentially running,
Yes.
carrying the bones. It just, just that getting grease on fucking everything. This one is Count Practical. My dad is a pretty unpleasant person and always hated dogs for being dirty, smelly, and loud. Everyone else in our family loves dogs, and when the human family gets together, so does the dog family. My wife and I host Thanksgiving at our house every year, and there are typically dogs around. The night before Thanksgiving, I received the following email from my dad. "Hi, happy Thanksgiving. Can you take another person as well? She cannot medically take dogs around her. So please keep all the dogs, especially a bulldog, in a separate room so she does not see, smell, or let alone near her the dogs. If possible," and I know this is copy and paste because it's all fucked up. "If possible, please ask your father-in-law to leave his dog at home. If you think that's not possible, she will not come as we don't want to see a person collapse on Thanksgiving Day. Please let me know your thoughts." I responded with that the mystery guest is welcome, but I can't guarantee the absence of dogs. So soon before the holiday, some family drove in from out of state so she could take into account whether deciding to attend. Of course, the next day, my 80-year-old dad pulls up with some 20-something-year-old chick I've never seen before
Nice.
Rock star.
in his passenger seat and tells me to come outside to talk to them. I'm pretty pissed off at this point, but I'm trying to be polite for the sake of the poor girl who has somehow gotten caught up in this situation with my dad. I say hello to her and ask, "So you're super allergic to dogs, huh?" And she meekly responds, "No, I'm just scared of them." Unfortunately, my dad got his way in the end. The dogs were locked up in a separate room until he and his guest departed. Incidentally, he was not invited back for Christmas.
Sounds like you're just jealous your 80-year-old dad is banging
Yeah.
hotter chicks than you,
I know
bro.
what I think.
Yes.
She's younger and hotter than your wife, and you're mad about it.
He says, honestly, he could have just said, "I really don't want to be around dogs. Could you please put them away?" And I'm like, I don't think he could have said that. I feel like
This is not the kind of man who can communicate like that.
Yeah, and also I think the person writing this is like, I'm not. No, fuck you, Dad.
Exactly.
And they say, but instead he found some young girl to push the blame on, which was super weird for everyone, including her. She turned out to be one of his tenants, or that's the story provided anyway.
Oh
Interesting.
boy.
So just imagine your landlord being like, "Hey, do you want to cause a fucking problem at Thanksgiving?
Pay you $100.
Get in, toots. We're causing issues
Yeah.
with my kids."
They suspect that she's like a hooker or a paid person.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Oh,
They suspect
yes.
that she's there to ruin Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Papa is a sugar daddy, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I paid her that money I'm not giving you when I'm dead. I got a couple more here. Mortician Magic. After we ate one year, my sister-in-law packed up every last morsel of food in my home that I cooked and took it with her to donate. Turns out she took it all to her family, and they had another Thanksgiving with her side of the family.
Oh.
0 leftovers. I was like, fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah, that's great.
I love it. I've said this before when we did this a couple years ago. I was like, I kind of love the family villain. Like, I don't want it to happen to me,
Right.
but I just like that they're out there just being a little fucker for no reason. This is fantastic. This is I Love Corfu. 1 year ago, I invited a friend and her family to our vacation home for Thanksgiving. They arrived. Her husband took over the remote in the living room, turned on YouTube, and put on Dr. Pimple Popper videos.
Oh,
They all sat there and watching it like this is totally normal. My daughter walked in and said, "What the fuck?" while looking at me. And I rolled my eyes and said nothing. It's time to eat. I set a beautiful table. I called everyone to sit down, and suddenly the pimple-popping husband had to use the bathroom. 10 minutes later, we're all still sitting there waiting while my food gets cold, and I said, let's just go ahead and start. And that's when he comes up, and we're all almost finished eating, and he dares to say, gee, guys, thanks for waiting on me. That was the last holiday these people were invited to. I no longer speak to any of them.
Sometimes it's like you both sound crazy here.
Oh yeah, well it's like
that's not a reason to stop speaking to someone. I'm sure there's other stuff too.
You took too long of a shit.
Yeah.
You took a 30-minute shit. Now we don't talk. It's Hatfields and McCoy's, motherfucker.
It's on now.
Why are they shooting at us? Well, Uncle took a long poop.
The turkey got kind of cold.
Turkey got cold because he was in there relieving himself. This one's fantastic. CMC. When I was in the second grade, we were watching the class pets for the holiday. 2 gerbils, which came home with me in a box, and they had a book on how to care for them. In the book, it said to pick up gerbils by the base of the tail, but dumb little kid me, not knowing the difference between the base and the tip, picked it up by the tip. The tail ripped off of the gerbil, causing a bloody fucking mess everywhere.
Oh, no.
I screamed bloody murder. I run downstairs, and my mom is taking the turkey out of the oven. As she sees me covered in blood, she drops the turkey, and then I have an asthma attack from the stress of it all, and I fell down crying on the floor.
That's like an Arrested Development episode.
That's
Wow.
pretty bad. That's a Thanksgiving.
Why would you pick up a gerbil by its tail in any way, shape, or form?
Yeah, it says that. Well, apparently, I guess you're supposed to pick it up kind of by the ass, like, right at the base of the tail. But this is a kid, and he thought the tip, the base of the tail meant the end rather than where it connects to the body, I guess.
Wow.
But
that kid doesn't need one of those teddy bears with AI.
No, yeah. Pick it up, Sebastian. Pick it up by the tail. You want to. Of course. It's going to bleed everywhere. That's the life force that you must drain to achieve immortality. The gerbil will be your slave in heaven. I like killing people more than getting my rocks off with a girl. And then last one here. Kobayashi fail. I invited my stepsister last year. That's when I learned that strategically ruining holidays is actually on some checklists for narcissism and other cluster B personality disorders. It wasn't so much that she showed up late and was condescending about the fact that I had shopped at Safeway and that I had to shut my cat in the bathroom so her personal comfort dog could piss in my kid's room. It wasn't that. It was more the screaming and vaping something very unweed and very untobacco in my face.
Just a mystery vape.
A DMT vape.
Somehow it got crack vape. They're making those now. Oh, this is my meth vape. Then she whined that it was cold when I opened all of the windows in the house to vent whatever the fuck she was vaping before it got to my kid. At one point, she did fully expose herself out the window at my neighbors. Later, she was flailing and crying and half naked on the rug, throwing objects and issuing threats of violence that are making me not want to host this year.
So yeah, she's on the bath salt vape.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, talk about a gas station buzz. That's
Yeah.
what she was on.